Hey everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to show you how to do a layout using the Storybook papers and stickers. Okay, so these are the Storybook stickers. I'm going to use some of these border stickers and actually a lot of stickers on the sheet. And then two of these pieces of paper from the collection. This one, it's line drawings in black and white, and one side is sort of princess themed, and the other side has dragons and swords, etc. Then I'm going to use a piece of mix-in paper and some of the embellishments from Storybook and some of the black paperboard alphabets. Okay, so I'm going to use pattern number 9 from Make It From Your Heart Volume 3, and this pattern book is still available. And these are the pictures I'm going to scrapbook, okay? So we'll pull a piece of the Storybook paper over so we can see them. I'm going to scrapbook my dog. This is Pixel. She is 9 years old and she's a cockapoo. Okay, so I have trimmed out all these papers according to the pattern, and I'm going to lay everything out. So I've kind of altered the pattern a bit. I'm going to use white as my base, but you won't see any of it because I wanted to save some of this, the black and white line drawing paper. So instead of using the whole entire sheet, I trimmed it down so that I could use it on both sides. Conserving cardstock or paper, right? Okay, so I'm going to use the side that's sort of princess themed. And I'm just going to lay everything out according to the pattern. We have this small strip of mix-in paper and then a piece of melon cardstock, and it's a light side of melon. I'll get my pictures and I'll lay them out. That picture, she's upside down. She likes to lay in my lap and look at me upside down. She'll go belly up. And that's what I see, so I took a picture of her. Okay, so I felt like I needed to mat. I printed all my pictures with a white border, but I felt like I needed more. So instead of bringing black in to mat with, I decided to use mist. So I've cut a couple more to fit the larger pictures. And then I still felt like it needed something. So I'm going to ink all of the edges in black. Okay, so we'll do one mat and then I'll do the rest off camera. So I'm just using a ink dauber, a finger dauber, and just inking all the edges to make that matte stand out against that mulberry background paper. Okay, so that made a difference. I've got all of the mist cardstock inked. And now we're ready to do some stamping. I want to do some treatment to that border piece that is in melon on the left and right side. So I'm going to stamp little paw prints. So my stamp set, it's a retired one, and it's called Let's Paw-ty, and P-A-W-T-Y, and it just has its tiny little paw print. So there are several Close to My Heart stamps out, stamp sets that have a paw print in them. So go through your stash and I'm sure you'll find one. So I'm just stamping a border of paws along this piece of melon cardstock. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my sticker sheet. So I have glued down the black and white piece and the heart piece already. And then I'm going to add that sticker. So this sticker has stripes and all the colors in the collection. Just a little pop of extra color to the layout. And then we're ready to start gluing down those pieces on the left and right side. So I'm just going to stick that strip down, and then we'll put the piece of melon cardstock down. So when I saw these papers, I immediately thought, okay, I have to scrapbook my dog. So, all right, and then we'll do the right side. Same thing. Being a little persnickety there, but fortunately this tape runner, you have a few seconds to pick things up and shift them around if you get something down a little bit wonky. So we'll go ahead and adhere that other piece with the paw print border. Okay. And then I decided to add a piece of black shimmer trim. So I have cut this in half. It's 12 inches by 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to lay that down on the seam that's between the melon and the honey butter pieces. I think that really makes a difference in defining the whole look at the layout. Okay, so I have adhered all of my photos down on their mats and added foam tape to the back of them. And I'm just gonna set up the photo. And before I put down that square one, I wanna add this castle sticker. And it's a little bit bigger, so I didn't follow the dimensions on the pattern. I wanna make everything fit. So put the sticker down first, and then I can put my photo down. And just kind of centering it. And now I'm going to add my title. So these are the black alphabets, the paperboard alphabets. And they come in black or wood grain, or you can get them in acrylic in either just white or colors. So I'm spelling out Little Princess because our little dog is definitely a little princess. So she rules the house. And I try to take a few pictures of her each week. She's always up to something, being cute all the time. So have to take pictures of her. Okay. So we have her squishing her face in the pillow, looking at me with bows in her hair right after she got groomed, upside down dog, and taking a nap. Okay, so I have this journal sticker, and it was disappearing on that white background, so I matted it on another piece of mist, and I inked around the edges of the mist. And I wanted to use this crown, but I need to put my journaling on there first so that I know I'll have enough space for everything. So I'm going to hold off for just a sec. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and glue down my title with some glue dots. Okay. All right, that's done. And then I did some journaling, and I found a shorter crown that didn't take up as much space. So I'm going to use that one instead. And I'm putting this piece down, but eventually it's going to move. Okay, now I'm looking at my sticker sheet and deciding what else I want to add. So I'm looking at some of the little words stickers, and I'm going to pull Sweet Girl, Cutie, and Princess. Okay, so I'm just going to add them to the side of one photo on the left side, and then Princess on the right side. And then I'm looking at these paperboard storybook embellishments, and Just decided on a few of the heart shapes. So we'll scatter some of those around. And I'll bring the stickers in again. So I'm going to pull some of these tiny little hearts. There's a couple that are in mulberry and one that's in honey butter. No, it's in melon. They're tiny, but they make a difference. You know, just add little fun little hearts and scatter them around. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in another stamp set. This is another one that's retired, and it is called I Woof You, and it has these cute little dogs, and the dogs have black spots, so I kind of thought they looked like pixel, and so I could stamp them in black and white and then not have to color them in. And then they have coordinating dies, so I'm going to stamp out a couple of them and die cut them off camera. So I can add them to my layout. All right. Okay, so we have a couple. And so I'm going to move that journaling box down. And make it even with the bottom of that larger photo. And then I'll add both of those little puppy die cuts right above it. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a product that is from PinkFresh Studios. These are the clear drops in iridescent. They're pretty cool. I've never used them before, but they kind of take on the color of anything it's next to. And they're bright and sparkly and iridescent. And so I'm going to scatter a whole bunch of them all around my layout. Just for a little pop of sparkle. So if you can't get these, you can use the clear sparkles from CloseToMyHeart. Those will work too in kind of the same way. I just like the iridescent quality to these. So I'm going to scatter a bunch of them around, and then off camera, I'll glue them all down. Super fun. So I have a goal of making one scrapbook layout video each week and one card making video each week. So if you have any opinions on this, and I'd like some feedback, as if you'd like to see one of each, please leave a comment for me. And I'd appreciate the feedback. So here's some close-up shots, the layout. I think it turned out cute. So all of these supplies, except for the PinkFresh iridescent drops, are everything else is available in my online store, and I'll make a list with links in the description below. You can do some shopping. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.